Hello everyone, myself Sanat Kumar Swai, Assistant Professor at Vedang Institute of Technology, Bhubaneswar. And in today's class, we'll be discussing about the meaning of group. What do you mean by group? Okay. And what is the group behavior? Okay. And also the group dynamics, particularly in the organizational sector. Okay. If we are looking at the Indian perspective. Okay. So we'll go through a few slides and we'll see what is the importance of group, what do you mean by group, okay, how the group impacts the group behavior, okay, and also the group dynamics. Okay, next. So introduction. So if you're talking about the organizational behavior, in the organizational behavior, so what do you mean by a group? Group means when there is from two or more individuals. When two or more individuals they come together, okay, if they're having a common interest, if they're having a common goal, okay, then that can be termed as a group. Okay, and group behavior, what happens? Group behavior means their action. What is their action? Group behavior means what is their action? How do they perform their action? What is their interaction? How do they interact with each other? And the dynamics among the members within a group. So what kind of behavioral dynamics they apply, particularly in a group. Okay, so that is all about the group behavior. So group dynamics, what happens that what is the pattern? What is the pattern of their behavior? Okay, what is the sequence of their behavior? What is the sequence of their relationship? Okay, that emerges from the group setting, within a group setting. Okay, so if we are looking at the Indian context, what happens where collectivism is often emphasized over individualism. If particularly in the Indian scenario, individualism is less practiced rather than collectivism is more practiced. Okay, so that has been given. Collectivism is given more importance rather than the individualism. Okay, so understanding of the group dynamics is extremely important if we want to understand the organizational functioning. Okay. So here we'll be looking at few examples, okay, in the few other slides, and we'll try to understand the group behavior and the group dynamics. Okay, so group. So what do you understand by group? See, as we have already discussed in the previous slide, that two or more persons, when they work for a common goal, when they work for a common interest, okay, then that is known as a group. Okay, so in the Indian organization, particularly, these groups can be can can take in various form. Like let's say project team. In project team, there can be a group. Okay, in various departments, there can be a group. Okay, or also informal groups can also happen based on the shared interest or shared backgrounds. Okay, for example, if we are talking about an IT company in Bangalore, okay, there might be a group of software developers, there might be a group of IT engineers who are working in a particular project, maybe to develop a new application, maybe to develop a new app, maybe to develop a new software, whatever. So that can be termed as a group. Okay. Next, group behavior. So group behavior means how the individuals in a group they behave, how the individuals in a group they interact with each other, how they communicate with each other, how they collaborate with each other. Okay, so that is known as group behavior. Okay, so if you're talking about the Indian manufacturing company, let's say for example, so what happens in the production line? Okay, they may show cooperative behavior. In any company, you see, if there's a production line and if somebody is not cooperating, then the entire sequence gets wrong, becomes faulty. So there has to be cooperative behavior. This cooperative behavior has to be exhibited all the time so that everybody can help each other to meet the production target and the deadlines. When working in a certain company, everybody has to help each other so that the production target is being achieved and the deadlines are being met. Okay, so this is known as the cooperative behavior. Next, group dynamics. What do you mean by group dynamics? Group dynamics means it is a interplay, particularly. Various factors are being involved in it. What are those factors? Those factors are like, let's say, leadership factors. What is the leadership factor? Leadership in that particular company. Communication pattern. How do you communicate to the leaders? How do you communicate to your subordinates? Based on that, the group dynamics comes into play. Power dynamics. Okay. What is the hierarchical structure in that particular company? That also plays a very important role. And also the social norms in the group. What are the norms in that particular group? Okay. So if we see some example, let's say in an Indian call center, everybody knows a call center. You must be aware of the call centers. Okay. So in that call centers, what happens? The dynamics among the customer service representative. Okay. So what happens? It is influenced by the leadership style. What kind of leadership is undertaken at that particular organization, in that call center, that determines the customer service representatives. They are influenced by the leadership style of their team leader. Okay. Next is the cultural norms. What is the cultural norms of that organization, in regard to respect for authority? Okay. And also the role of hierarchy, as we have already discussed. When there is a decision making process, what kind of hierarchical process are being adopted? Whether it's a one-man show, or everybody's views and concerns are being taken into consideration while making a decision making process. Okay. So these all contributes the group dynamics. Okay. Next. So if we are going to see a few examples, okay, if we are going to see some examples, it will be better to understand those factors. Okay. So for example, family owned business. You see in India, there are a lot of family owned businesses. Okay. So what happens is that their dynamics, where these group dynamics are shaped by the family relationship. Okay. Family relationship is been, they shape the group dynamics. Moreover, hierarchical structure are also present in the family owned business. Your grandfather, father, elder son, mother, or any elder person who are also a part of the family owned business. Okay. And also traditions, what kind of traditions they are following. These all factors shape the group dynamics, particularly in the family owned businesses. So what happens that if there is a decision making process, while making any kind of decisions, then family dynamics influence, these decisions are being influenced by the family dynamics rather than any kinds of business considerations. Okay. So this is all about the family owned business example. Next, cross functional team. What do you mean by cross functional teams? Cross functional teams are particularly work in the IT companies. Why? Because you see that in a IT companies, there is a multinational team working, a cross functional team are working. How? Because a lot of different individuals from different departments, they are specializing on different subjects. They work on specific projects. So that is known as cross-functional teams. Okay. Why? Because managing diverse perspective and expertise within these teams require understanding of group dynamics. So if you are not able to understand the group dynamics, then it will be very difficult for you to manage those diverse perspective and the expertise of these kinds of people. Okay, because in a team there may be diverse personalities, diverse individuals may be working in a team and having diverse expertise. So managing these diverse perspective and expertise within the team, you need to understand the group dynamics. Okay. Next, employee resource group, ERG. What do you mean by employee resource group? See, very recently, the ERG or employee resource group have come into play, and it is proving its importance, more importance in these days. Because you see, for example, ERGs, if we are giving some example, the women networks, okay, SHGs or women networks we can say, or LGBTQ or various kinds of support groups these days, they are showing their prevalence in the Indian organization these days. Earlier it was very less, it was very less, but these days you will see that these kinds of networks or these kinds of groups are increasingly prevalent in the Indian organizations particularly. So what happens is that these kinds of groups, they provide platform for employees to connect based on shared interest or identities. Okay, shared interest or identities, fostering a sense of belongingness and inclusivity. Well, sometimes it has got some positive impact. Sometimes it has got some negative impact as well. Okay, how? Let's say there's a shared interest or identities, means we are North Indians, we are South Indians, or we are coming from East India or from the Western India. So it creates a division. There's a groupism. We can say there's a groupism. There's a group, South Indian group, North Indian group. Okay. So, nevertheless, it fosters a sense of belongingness and inclusivity in that particular group. Okay. So, you see these kinds of groups are also getting prevalence, okay, in the Indian organizations or Indian institutions these days. Okay. So, with this we have come to the conclusion of this particular subject. Okay, so why we need to understand and manage group dynamics? Because by understanding and managing the group dynamics effectively, it is essential for promoting collaboration. If you want to promote collaboration, then understanding the group dynamics is of utmost importance. Next is creativity. Creativity is also, if we want to foster any kind of creativity or any kind of, you see, um, uh, various kinds of creative innovations, innovative aspects, then we have to understand the group dynamics. Okay, and also productivity. If we want to increase the productivity in the organization sector, then we have to understand the group dynamics of the people. Okay, so by recognizing cultural nuances, okay, by understanding the recognizing cultural nuances and leveraging the strength of the diverse team. See, you see, there are in an IT company there may be a lot of diverse team. So if you are able to understand their cultural nuances, their cultural differences, and how we can tap into their strength of those diverse teams, then only the organizations can harness the power of the group dynamics to achieve their objectives. If we are able to tap into their strength of the diverse team, their cultural nuances, cultural differences, understand those cultures, then only we'll be able to achieve our organizational objectives and goals. Okay, I think we have concluded most of the slides, and I believe that you all have understood the slides. Okay. However, if you have any doubt, you can jot down your doubts, and we will discuss in the next class. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.